Hey guys, Soloman here again. So with the many videos I've been putting out, this is kind of a continuation from previous videos. So previously I showed you how you can take and create an instance of an application server on cloud. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a quick application on-prem on my Eclipse environment as a developer. Then I'm going to take that application and I'm going to move it to WebSphere on cloud, the instance that I created in a previous video. And I'm going to show you how I'm able to do this, run it from the cloud completely unchanged. So let's get started. To show you the application, I'm just going to go into my Eclipse. Here is my app. It's a simple application that checks the stock value based on some entry. So let me just run it so it will make sense to you what that particular application does. I am running it on my local WebSphere application server instance. It happens to be Liberty in this case. As you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and do, let's say, IBM for the stock. My application uses the Twilio APIs to send a text message to my phone. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing in here. As you can see, I got back the value of the stock, which is, as of today, February 10, 2016. It tells you this is, and I guess here's what it shows you. It tells you this is the value of the stock that I'm doing. And I don't know if you heard this on my mic, but I did receive a text message of the same thing. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to export that particular application, and I'm going to go ahead and deploy it in the cloud. So let's do that. I'm just going to right-click it here, do an export, and I'm going to export this application to a again, still on my desktop, so nothing changed here. As you can see in here, here's the application that I just exported. Now I'm going to take this application and I'm going to deploy it to WebSphere on the cloud. One of the things that you will need to make your life easy is FileZilla. This is a way for you to allow you to connect to remote servers. This is, you can download it, it's easy, or you can use whatever mechanism you want to use. This one gives you secure FTP. I'm going to put the server information, and this is the application server or the host where my WebSphere application server on the cloud is, and the root and password. And let me show you how you can get that actually to get a connection. If you log on to your Bluemix, and this is again in a previous video I did create WebSphere on Bluemix. If I click on my WebSphere instance from my dashboard, okay, it will take me to the instance where I'm running. As you can see, here's the actual host where I'm running, and that's the one I'm going to use to connect. And if I want to show the password for the root, I can just click on show password and I will have it. So going back to FileZilla, you will see that this is the directory that I had. Here is the file that I was trying to connect to. If I go on that host, which is in the cloud, if you go to the right directory, and in this case is /opt/IBM WebSphere profiles default server, this is kind of the instance that I created. And then I'm going to put it in installable apps just to kind of have it in there for further installation later. I'm just going to drag and drop that application and let it install, get copied. Okay, and I just copied my application. As you can see now, it exists on WebSphere on cloud in the installable directory of my application server. So this is step number one. Step number two is I'm going to go to the admin console and I'm going to attempt to install that application. Within the same view within Bluemix, I'm going to go ahead and click on admin console. And as you can see, I've already logged on before, so it didn't prompt me for the user ID and password because I was logged on. I go to install applications. I'm sorry, new applications. New enterprise applications. And I'm going to go ahead and browse the local file system. And actually, better yet, since local file system, if I want to have access to my desktop, where I can install it, I will upload it. I've already gone through the upload. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to do it from the remote file system, which is where WebSphere is. Click on Browse, and as you can see, it gives you access to that particular instance of WebSphere. And just go through it. It's a /opt IBM, like I mentioned earlier, and then WebSphere, the profiles, and this is the profile that I created. And if I go to installable apps, and you're going to see that this is the actual application that I just uploaded. Select it, go next. And from this point on, this is just typical WebSphere installation that you're used to. Nothing unusual about this one. I'm just going to accept the defaults and all of them. And going to go next, and again, just next, not changing anything, and finish. And as you can see, my application is installed. I'm just going to go ahead and save it. Now, if I go to WebSphere applications, you will see that my application is here. I'm going to go ahead and start up that application. I'm going to start it up now. Stop it. So restart. And now my application is up and running. So now let's just go ahead and run this application from that server. Okay, so I'm just going to go to here. I'm going to enter, and as you can see, the host name that I have is the same one that I have in Bluemix, which is this 169.55.388. And now I have the application running. I could type IBM, and I can put my phone number. And as you can see in here, the application is going to run, return me the value, and now I got my application running completely in the cloud with absolutely zero changes. And to just end this one really quickly, I want to show you, let's say for whatever reason, if I want to debug my application, I want to see the logs. Look how simple it is for me to get it. Remember, if I went, and I've done this actually previously, so let me delete this one. I could just go into the logs directory on the remote server from this FileZilla, drag and drop my system out file, and it will get downloaded really, really quickly. And then beyond that, I have it on my desktop that I could just simply do whatever I want to do with it, review the logs, and do what I want to debug my issue. So as you can see, this is straightforward, nothing to it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to more videos in the upcoming future where I talk about even other parts of using the WebSphere application server on cloud. Thank you so much.